doing synthetic division. And synthetic substitution.
Oh, yes, I remember this. I like this.
Do you?
Yes, because it's like organized.
Oh, I remember this. I didn't like this.
There's rules.
Oh, you would. How could you not like it? It's.
Well, I wasn't here whenever she taught the lesson.
That would make a
last year.
difference. That would make
I
a
think I
difference.
was sick, and so I had to learn it by myself.
Okay.
And it just was not fun.
I can see. What does the word synthetic mean?
Man-made.
Man-made. Means it's not real division, not real substitution. It's man-made. We changed it. We basically simplified it. Is what we basically did. Now, there is a rule. There's a reason we used long division first. There is a rule on synthetic division. And the rule is my divisor cannot have an exponent and cannot have a coefficient. All right? Now, they're not going to trick you on any of these. They've got them all set up this way. So what we're going to basically do is take...
Oh, it's this thing.
You don't like this thing?
I'm looking at it and yeah, I can't remember.
4.
I remember the words, but looking at the book, I'm like, oh.
4 minus 8x minus 3x squared minus 5x to the 4th, I don't know, divided by x plus 2. Now my divisor is x plus 2. So I look at the x. Does it have an exponent? No. Does it have a coefficient? No. So I can do synthetic division. All right? Now, for synthetic division, I start with a little box like this. I take my divisor and I set it equal to 0 and solve for x. And you get what? A negative 2. That goes in my box. Now I write down all my coefficients. I have to write them in descending order of my exponents, like you normally write a problem with, like you said, why can't they have it in the right order? If I'm missing a term, I have to put a 0. Just like yesterday, we talked about missing a term. Okay, so what would be my first coefficient? Okay, I'm going to leave a little bit of space. Everybody okay with that? Is that easy so far? Okay, first thing I do is bring my first number, which is negative 5, straight down. Now, for the rest of the problem, I'm going to multiply and add. I multiply these two together. What do I get? 10 goes here. And I add. Multiply these two together. What do I get? Goes right here. And I add. Mm-hmm. I multiply these two together.
46.
Why is this number so big?
And I add. 46 is not a big number. Multiply these two together.
76.
And I add. my answer, since I divided, remember your answer yesterday had x powers? These are my coefficients, and I start with one less than what I had at the beginning. Because I basically took x to the fourth and divided by x, didn't I? So my answer is negative 5x cubed plus 10x squared minus 23x plus 38 plus negative 72 over x plus 2. Is that easier than yesterday? I think it is, because you don't lose any negatives in the process. You don't have to keep up with.
It's easier when it comes to like the process of operations, but long division is just such a, it's so, I'm so comfortable with it, and it's just so different.
Because it's synthetic.
It takes longer to set up, but once you get going, I think it's faster.
It's a way faster, I think. Yeah. Well, I don't have to think, what do I multiply this to get this?
It's definitely
Every time. It's like, I just do, once I bring that number down, and go. Now, do you want another one of these?
Yes.
Okay, before we move on. What goes in my box? A 2. Now, what are my coefficients? 1. Do you agree? Now, because this one has zeros, I think it'll even be a little faster. What do I do first? Bring the 1 down, don't I? 2 times 1 is 2. 2. 2 times 2 is... Are you all with me? I don't want to be ahead of you.
Yeah.
2 times 4 is 8. This is 8. And 16. So what is my answer?
X to the third plus 2x squared plus 4x.
With no remainder? Was that one better? Really, you kind of just set it up and go, don't you? Okay, everybody okay with that before we move to synthetic substitution? All right. Synthetic substitution. It's basically can I do a hard one to begin with?
Yeah.
It's pretty much the exact same thing. Is that all right with you? So this time, I have that f of x is 5x cubed minus 4x squared minus 15x plus 12. And I want f of radical 3. I'm going to do the exact same thing I just did with the synthetic division.
So you put radical 3 in
I put radical 3 because it's already solved for x. Okay? So in my box is radical 3. My numbers are 5, negative 4, negative 15, and 12. I told you, this is the absolute hardest one you will do. Okay?
what?
So it is a little difficult. What do I do first?
Bring down the 5.
Bring down the 5.
And then you get 5 radical 3.
Then, when I multiply, I get 5 radical 3. Right? When I add that, do I get negative 4 plus 5 radical 3? What?
Now it's just
Times radical 3.
No,
No, it would
no,
be,
it's not.
it would be 1.
well, no,
No,
because
it's
there's
negative
no
4 plus 5 radical.
Yeah, it's just negative 4 plus 5 radical 3. And I'm going to multiply it times radical 3.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Isn't that negative 4 radical 3 plus 15?
Oh, that's pretty. Never mind. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody okay with that? What do I get when I add?
Negative 4 radical 3.
Negative 4 radical 3, negative 12, 0. My answer for this, remember when I have f the number, my answer is a number, isn't it? This means everywhere there's an x, I'm going to put in radical 3. Doesn't it? My answer is this number right here.
What?
So f of radical 3 is 0.
So it's whatever the
Remainder. And it's called using the remainder theorem.
What?
Did that make sense to you?
No.
Okay.
I don't know how that happened, but
Well, you can go back and put it in and check it.
No.
The first step, we did synthetic division,
Yeah.
and we got an answer.
Uh-huh.
The second step, we did the exact same thing. The difference is, instead of using this part for my answer, this is my answer.
Okay.
That's the only difference. Cadence, did that make more sense?
Yeah.
Said it that way?
It makes, yeah, it's a little